right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the September 27th, 2022 meeting of the Pequannock Township Council. Ms. Marsh?
In accordance with the requirements of New Jersey's Open Public Meetings Act, notice of this meeting was included in the annual meeting notice, which was filed in the office of the Township Clerk, posted in the bulletin board in the municipal building, published as a legal notice in the Suburban Trends newspaper, and distributed to all persons requesting notice in accordance with Township policy.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a prayer and moment of thanks for individuals serving our nation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Most gracious Providence, we ask that you bless this governing body with an abundance of wisdom and understanding, so that every deliberation will result in actions which will promote the common good and general welfare for all the people of Pequannock Township. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Okay, will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Dreese?
Present.
Mr. Hurd?
Here.
Mr. Cole?
Here.
Mrs. Russell?
Here.
Mayor Florence Lynch?
Here. Okay, first thing on the agenda tonight, we have two presentations from two of our Eagle Scouts, or working towards their Eagle Scouts, from Troop 144, and
The best troop, of course.
yes, of course. And, you know, we used to do this years ago, and I think it's great when they come and they present what their projects that they're doing. It gives them visibility, it helps them with fundraising, it lets us know what they're doing in town, or, you know, what have you. So I had conversations with both of them and invited them here tonight. So we are going to start with Ryan, right? Ryan Seeley's going to come up. He's going to present his project to us. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. It gets you to come up and speak in front of them.
And you can... Yeah, very good.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, so I prepared a little presentation. So, okay. So the inspiration to this project, it started with Simon Hardy. He was really the one who, he was really pushing for this big, extravagant, expensive even project that was going to happen in this area. It wasn't exactly feasible, and not many people were on board, I suppose. And but he was looking for Eagle Scouts to try to take over the project. And then once I talked to Adam Brewer about it, township manager, he suggested like we scale down just so I could get Eagle, but also have a significant enough project to make a pretty big impact on the area that I'm working on. And then we were initially just doing a sign, but Mr. Suling from the DPW suggested that I add trees and plants with town colors and just add texture to the medium.
Good idea.
So here's the location. Let's see the package that I provided. It is where the West Parkway meets the Boulevard. You can see where those arrows point. That's exactly that's the more precise location. Sorry. That's the more precise location of where the sign would be. It's going to be, so if you're coming into town, it provides a more like grand entrance to the town, so you know exactly where you are. I mean, you're driving there, where are you? Wayne Electric's right there, Kia of Riverdale's right there. So it's confusing to someone who hasn't been in the area as frequently as we are. So it's definitely a necessary change, and plus it's really quite a drab median. It's just a really big, underutilized piece of land. So, like I mentioned, it's at the median, and the sign is standardized with the design used for all the other signs. In Pequannock, it's done by the same exact sign firm, Signs by American Wood Carving, and it's quite expensive, and there's also like a sort of area for a sponsor, so if a sponsor is looking. Yeah, and then trees were also going to be arranged near the sign to add texture to the median and make it pop. So.
Do you know what the average lifespan of the wood sign is?
Really long.
Okay.
I don't know exactly how long, but...
Yeah, this is aluminum and
it's
PVC.
Beautiful.
And it's really, really long, right?
Yeah. So here's the plants I planned on using. These were all, we I had some ideas in mind, but when I went to Serbo's nursery, which is the nursery that also works with the town for all the town projects, I negotiated a 50% off discount with them, as well as I forgot to mention this for the sign. It's also the sign is at cost, and he didn't add cost for the sponsor tag on it. So for the trees that I picked, I started by flanking the sign. If you can imagine what the sign is, they're going to be flanked by snow fountain weeping cherries. They're sort of small and close to the ground, but it's notable that none of these trees will be close to power lines, or there's no safety concerns essentially with them. So the snow fountain weeping cherries, they're going to be small, but they're white when they flower and bloom, and they look really beautiful. Those are even adolescent ones there, so they will get a little bit more big and full than that. And in the back, I'm going to have forest pansy redbud. It makes this really magnificent pink color when it blooms in the spring, and it just adds a lot of texture, because right there, most of the trees are dead in that median. They have absolutely no color, no flowers even in the summertime or springtime. So yeah. Around the sign, I'm also putting like small flowers, notably the tick seed Zagreb, which is what it's called. It's yellow. It flowers. All these plants are very resistant to drought and are mostly carefree for when they're grown and starting to be set in place. So it's going to be super low maintenance, and also it's like after a few years, a lot of years down the road, they're going to be there. They're going to be in good condition, and they're not going to look bad. Walker's Oak catmint. This picture makes it look a little bit more purple, but it does get to a bluish color. It's sort of difficult to find blue plants with blue flowers. But yeah, that's a really good option. It's also drought resistant and low care. And then the river birch to add like different textures and bark and such. So here's who I've reached out to in order to try to fund for this project. It's really difficult now because originally I was banking a lot on Home Depot and Lowe's because they used to have quite a expansive donation pool for Eagle Scouts, but that's since gone the way of the dodo. And so I talked to PSE&G, and so for each person that's helping me work on the project, since it's on a highway, they need to have ANSI Class 3 vests. They're not actually vests, they're shirts, because you're working on the highway. And those are like $35 a piece, it's really expensive, especially because I'm probably gonna need like 10 to 12 helpers with me. So PSE&G actually agreed to provide them for me at no cost.
Excellent.
Which is, that was great. And as I mentioned before, Serbo's Nursery did 50% off trees and flowers for it, which was a huge help. And Signs by American Wood Carving gave me the wholesale rate and no extra charge for the sponsor tag. Stop and Shop offered like a gift card. They didn't tell me like specific amounts because I didn't collect it yet, but I was going to use it for like stuff like water or like maybe sandwiches for the participants that come. So that was a big help as well. And here are like the big businesses that I went out to try to actually fund for the sign in its entirety, which none of them worked out. I sent to Carney Bank, seemed to go the farthest, and they sent it to the corporate office, and the manager at the branch proposed it, but I got nothing back. And that's the same with Tavern 5 and some of my other ones. But so I was really looking for, the whole point for me coming is I was looking for Pequannock to help donate funds to it, because it is a rather expansive project as Eagle Scout projects go. A lot of them now are quite small, or I don't want to say insignificant, but less in the public eye. So yeah, it would be pretty beneficial for Pequannock to do this. And plus I already negotiated some pretty good rates on the materials that I'm getting.
Ryan, how much is this project costing you overall?
So
what's the total amount you need to raise?
Right, so I fundraised around $700 for the trees and plants, and that was matched by Serbo, so that pretty much all that money went to getting trees and flowers. And then the sign itself cost $2,634.
Wow.
So it's expensive, but not impossible.
Did you happen to go to like the Chamber of Commerce or the Rotary Group in town?
I emailed the Chamber of Commerce, and I never got a response from them, but I did not go to the Rotary Club.
You should, because they open down courses.
And you should do both.
Give me your email later if you want, and I'll hook you up.
Yeah, I mean, I know Dominic was at the last chamber. You probably just went to the wrong email.
Yeah.
She can't hear you.
Could be.
Can't hear me? Really?
They can't hear you.
Oh, you've got the bum mic.
You got the bum mic.
I think this would be a great project for Atlantic Health / Chilton as well. I think they could be a great sponsor, but you haven't heard back from them yet, right?
I have not. No.
What is the time frame on this, when you need to raise this all by?
So, right as of now, the installation time on the sign would be late October, and that's still a decent, like, that's not a bad time to plant trees and flowers. I think that's still a pretty good time to plant them. So that's about like the time I'm looking at right now, late October.
Does that give you enough time to have the sign physically made?
Yeah, that's when the installation of the sign would occur, late October. So the sign would be made and installed by signs by wood carving. So it's like a professional installation and everything.
So in other words, it's ordered already?
Yeah, well,
Or,
like, no, but like it could,
they said they could do it by then?
yeah, that's their timeline. So here's like just the safety sort of nuances to the project. So I already reached out to the police department and they agreed to stop traffic for me to let all the participants help out, make it completely safe. Like I mentioned, every participant will be wearing an ANSI Class 3 high visibility shirt, which is not only necessary but a good thing. And it's approved by the state. Me and Adam Brewer went through all like the permissions and such to get this through. And just like the only big concern right now is the lack of funding, because everything for the project's laid out. It's just the funds are coming in slow, which is really stopping the progress of the project. That's all I got.
Thank you. It's a great project. Thank you for enlightening us on
Thank you.
it. And definitely for both of you, reach out to, like John said, Rotary, reach out to Chamber of Commerce. We can give you every Suburban Women's Club. What else
Boys
is
and
there?
Girls
Boys
Club.
and Girls Club. There's like a whole lot of volunteer groups and stuff that would be more than happy to help, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Dave, do you have a better contact for him over at Chilton or Atlantic Health?
Working on it.
Excellent. There you go. He's the man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Great job. Okay, thank you. And next up, we have Dominic Giosi. And Dominic's going to come up and tell us about his project. I had the pleasure of meeting Dominic last week because you were at, what was it, chamber meeting? Yeah.
Need to see better.
Can you see your...
Good? Yeah, I'm good.
You're good. All right.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dominic Giosi. I'm a junior in high school, and I'm a life rank in Troop 144 currently, and I'm working on my Eagle Scout project, obviously. The project is a gazebo, and I'm going to build a path leading to it. And this is at Golden Panther Park, which is across from CVS. I'm doing it to beautify the park. You know, it's not used that much, so I thought it could be used better by adding the gazebo. Right here, the park currently, it only has a couple benches, flagpole. I don't see anyone using it, so I thought it would be a good idea to put the gazebo in. I'm also doing it to maybe get some like walking traffic down in that part of town more, because like in the summer, for instance, if it's hotter out, you know that there's like shade that you could go to if you're walking down there. Right now, I fundraised $3,700 out of the $4,700. I was at the Chamber of Commerce meeting last week.
Awesome.
I think I got $500 from the Chamber of Commerce, and from different people, maybe like $100 or $200. I've been to Unico and Rotary, and I got 250 from both of those. Suburban Women's Club. I did a GoFundMe. I think I got 700 from that, and I've been going to like door to door to businesses in Pequannock to see if they'd help donate the project.
Have you gone to the businesses, excuse me, in that area like Barty's and whatnot? Because I think,
Yeah.
you know, we've talked before, you might want to tell council, like, one of the main reasons why you think, like, we need that down there, because you were hanging out and it's all sunny and there's no, cover
Yeah.
things, and I think that'll benefit all the businesses down there, because we want a more walkable town, especially you've got, Scribble Garden there, they've got ice cream,
Yeah.
you got the pizzeria across there.
So I went down to the businesses down there, and a lot of them are like, we'll get back to you, and they never do.
Well, then you gotta get back to them.
Well,
Yeah.
they've also
I'll
just
tell you
been
this.
through a couple of bad years, businesses.
I know, well, it's all
We gotta be a little
right.
kind to our businesses,
Don't give
but
up.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
I'll tell you, it takes 2 or 3 times to ask for it, and I've done fundraising myself, and, on the 3rd time, you just say, listen, I don't want to be a pain, but you just, it's either yes or no, and if it's no, I'm good with that, but I just need an answer.
Yeah.
Make them feel guilty.
Exactly.
And I'm sure when you're going in, you're bringing them a letter and showing them the
Yeah, so I
stuff.
I have them here too, if anyone wanted it, just a flyer with my information and the information of the project, and my contact information.
Yeah, you can give
Yeah,
everybody one.
definitely,
Yeah.
if you have some.
You should even mail them out to some residents and people you know.
An FYI for you, maybe if you're going to need lunch that day, the gentleman that owns the building next to it owns the A&A in Lincoln Park.
Yeah.
Good lunch for you guys.
Yeah.
And he owns that building right next door, so. That gray building that's in your picture.
Okay. And just to finish up, I am working with the town. I got a town approval. I talked with Mrs. Malloy earlier in the year and Mr. Segling, and he's going to have guys from the DPW go down there and prepare the grounds and put the footings in for the gazebo. Meeting with him Friday to talk about preparing the ground, because I'm going to try to actually build the project late October, early November.
Is it a kit, the gazebo?
It's a kit.
It's a kit?
Yeah, it's a kit. I'm looking at purchasing it from Home Depot.
That's great.
Great.
And it is encouraging down there. I'm always like looking there now that I know that you're doing a project there. And I did see some people using it the other day, so I'm encouraged.
Yeah, between the rail trail,
Yeah.
I think that'll bring more use down to that end of town, which would be great, keep it more walkable.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Did you say you had some flyers that you wanted to hand out?
You are going to be very busy at the end of October, beginning of November, so maybe after November 6th, you can do it? All the band stuff.
Not involved with that anymore.
I know, but still.
You're making them feel guilty?
I know, I am.
It's so funny, like, these kids, they're so comfortable.
Thank you.
Well, thank you both. Thank you all for coming. It's encouraging to see what you guys are
Great
doing.
idea.
That's great. All right, so we're going to move along. Next on the agenda is reports from volunteers. If there is anyone in the audience that wants to come up and, from the volunteer groups. Anybody have anything from the volunteer groups? No? All right, so next we'll move on to public comment. The public comment period is limited to a total of 30 minutes. An additional period for public comment is reserved for later in the meeting. If any individual would like to come up and address the council, just raise your hand and wait to be recognized. Okay, come on up, Dave. And just say your name and address for the record.
There's no book up here. Dave Veslenko, 10 Van Dyke Place. I'm here today on behalf of the Hope and Light ceremony, which AKA the tree lighting ceremony committee this year. We look at how it ended last year. We try to improve it, make it bigger, better, more exciting, make it a full event So I talked to Chief Commune about something, and he said, bring it up to you guys. So we're looking to, last year we started the parade at PV Park with the fire trucks and the ambulance and everything, and we ended in Town Hall. We want to add something to the parade, so we want to ask if we can move the parade down to Holy Spirit, start it farther, and bring it down. I can't really tell you what we're adding to it. It's safe and everything, but we want to start the fire trucks. In a nutshell, we want to have people decorate their own cars and be part of the parade.
Good idea.
You know, just trick out their cars with Christmas, holiday decorations, lights, whatever, and to start at Holy Spirit. The people won't be in the event. The parade ends there and then they go, because there's no room for that. You know, we're limited on space as it is. So we're looking for your permission to start the parade from Holy Spirit instead of PV Park this year.
Did you say Chief Commune said?
He's all for it. He likes it. We communicated via email. He said reach out to you guys, but he was my first call. He's okay with it.
Bob, are we good with it?
I don't know of any issue.
I'm good with it.
Yeah, as long as the police department is good.
As long as the police department's on
He's
board.
first, okay. I mean, obviously, we close up the front, but it's just to bring a parade.
So is it going to be cars and people?
No, just the cars.
Oh, okay.
For now. I mean, listen, if we get big enough where we got floats and stuff, hey, I'm all for it.
No. Only because Booton, I had seen Booton is doing a fun thing. It's called a Santa Run. I was going to talk to Peter about it.
Okay.
Where people are dressing up in like their Santa outfits or whatever, and they're like going through the town and through their business section, and they're
Yeah.
running in their Santa costumes, and there's all music playing.
Listen, we'll get there, right?
And
We're
I
a
was
committee
like,
of 5 or
that
6
sounds
people.
like such a fun thing for the center of
I would
town.
love to see him in a Santa costume.
Yeah.
No one wants to see that.
Absolutely. Running through town?
No.
Running through town.
You lost me at running.
No, you did do something amazing
You
during the
could run,
pandemic,
you could
though.
walk,
With
you
the
could
music
do
and everything.
whatever.
I mean, that was pretty cool, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll get there, but
No,
right
but
now, this year, the big
That's a
addition.
great idea, but for
is the
years,
parade,
we've been
but-
talking about
Yeah,
doing like
I
a
think we'll
holiday
have a-
stroll.
We're trying to make it bigger and bigger every year.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll help. I think it's a good idea.
Mr. Vasilenko, is it true that you're going to be carving the ice sculptures for that one?
No, that one we hired. I did, listen, I'll let you on a little secret. I did carve 5 people from Pequannock are going to be on Disney+. We filmed back in February, 5 Pequannock residents. We don't know if we won. It was basically a Disney Christmas snow carving competition show.
How cool is that?
We don't know who won. Where the rumor is November 12th. I'm trying to get a Hall of the Rent where you guys will obviously be invited to watch it with us. You can see us laugh and cry, and if we lose, it's embarrassing. If we win, you know,
Why is
we
it
win.
embarrassing?
Listen, it's not,
I
it's not
know.
embarrassing
I
if you
know.
lose. You're
But
still a
it's-
winner because you did it.
But it's great for the town. There's 5
He is a
people
winner.
from our
You
town.
did it.
5 people,
Good for
so
you.
it'll be good for the town, but
Yeah, making Pequannock proud.
yeah. So we'll
Appreciate
see.
that.
November 12th is a rumor, but Mickey Mouse has not told me the exact date yet. So.
Did you talk to the church across the street for,
Yeah, I talked to Dave and I line it up for there, but yeah. So the main thing was the parade, adding some joy to the parade.
Yeah,
What's
fun.
the date of the parade? Any idea?
27th, November 27th is the ceremony of hope and light, is what it's called.
Salamone is on board?
They are. Yep. We reach out to them like 2 years in advance,
Yeah,
basically. So
I reached out to him very early this year.
yeah. Okay.
That's great.
Awesome. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you.
guys.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, yeah. All right, anyone, good job. All right, anyone else for public comment? No? Okay, we'll move along. Diane, I'm going to ask you to read the manager's report.
Read it.
Well, I don't know if you want to report anything on the manager's report. Were you going to report anything or no?
No, I have nothing to add to the report that was submitted by Mr. Booth.
Yeah, I mean, that's up to you guys. If you don't want to stay for the rest of the meeting, you can leave. But if
Well,
you want to...
we love it.
People
We
leave
really
all the
love the
people
company.
leave all the time,
Right.
so please don't feel like you are stuck here.
But if
and we
you
will
want to
be
stay,
upset
feel
if you
free,
leave.
but it's boring, you know.
You
Yeah.
gotta stay.
It's like you're kicking them out. We love the company.
Yeah.
It's like we have an audience.
No.
Totally
I'm
up to
just
you.
saying, if they
It's
wanna-
actually a short meeting. We'll be done
Yeah.
soon.
If you want to get a hold of the Rotary or something, here's my number. Just give me a shout. I'll put you in touch with them.
I don't think Diane has to read the report.
Great job, guys.
Now, why don't
By
we
the
just,
way,
Adam's
good job,
report
Ryan.
is just incorporated in the record.
What is your
You don't need me to
GoFundMe?
read anything or anything?
I don't think
Okay.
you need to read it.
And could you write your GoFundMe down to me or a Venmo or something?
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Scott.
You know, and the councilwoman did have a great idea. She said you should put a QR code on your information, so this way you can just scan it right to GoFundMe, and we could just, boom, do it right here.
Yeah, that'd be smart.
Yeah, Venmo would be great. Right? A lot of people do that now. Yeah.
So
So we don't need to write down just the name and everything.
Yeah, I can find it.
You can send out the link to everybody?
Yeah. Or if you want to just shoot me the link, I can give you my cell phone. Is that easier?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you can
So
take
my cell
whatever you
phone
want.
number is
Thank you.
here. You know what? I'll write my cell phone on here and you shoot me the link and then I'll share it with everybody. Sorry, Mayor.
Sorry, we're on hold.
Both of the projects will probably be done by the end of October, early November.
Yeah.
Probably a gazebo.
Okay, send me the link and I'll write mine for you and I will
You'll send it out to everybody.
And I will share the link with everybody so that we have your links. Okay, that's easier. Thank you. Sorry, Diane.
I think we can just incorporate
Good
the
luck.
report into the minutes. I
That's
think
fine. Yeah, so everybody got the manager's report, we're just going to
Yes.
incorporate those into the minutes, so we don't have to go over that.
But they're good answers, I like them.
Yeah, I'm glad that we asked, right?
There you go. There are no public hearings scheduled for this evening, and there are no ordinances scheduled for introduction at this time. So next is resolutions for approval. Ms. Marsh?
For the council's consideration this evening, we have two. Resolution R 2022-174, authorizing tax office refunds, overpayments, or cancellations, and R 2022-175, approving payment of the itemized claims as set forth on the September 27th, 2022 bill list and 2018 FEMA elevation escrow list.
All right.
That's not quite right. It's the September 22nd, 2022 bill list and FEMA elevation list.
All right, we'll make that change. Are there any comments on the resolutions from council?
Nope.
Is there a motion to
I'll make
adopt?
that motion to adopt Resolution 174 and 175 with the correction of September 22nd.
I'll second.
All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Tracy?
Yes.
Mr. Hurd?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Russell?
Yes.
Mayor Florence Lynch?
Yes. And there are no items for discussion this evening, and there are no reports or notices, so we can go right into the council reports and announcements. So I'll start with you, Councilman Parisi.
Thank you, Mayor. Committee meetings, we had a Shade Tree Committee meeting last night, and the big discussion is how we're gonna spend the money we got. So they're working on that, planting shade trees, so hopefully by next meeting, they'll have a sample letter and a list of the streets, which they kind of have already. Other than that, not much going on, so I just wanted to just give my shout out to the crossing guards. They're back on the streets, they're directing the kids, they're keeping them safe, so thank you very much, crossing guards, for what you do. So, that's all I got.
All right, thank you. Councilman Hurd.
Thank you, Mayor. A couple of quick ones. October 1st, this Saturday, don't forget about the Beer and Food Truck Music Festival. Oktoberfest, even though truly Oktoberfest is really September, right? But we'll work with that. I hear they're going to have Sam Adams and they're going to have some hard apple cider, which is great. But don't forget, don't overdrink, because I need you at the Pequannock Marching Band competition, same day, October 1st, over at the high school. We're going to be going on around 7 o'clock, and of course, we're the best, but I am biased. Everybody knows that. Engine.
Just win an award? Didn't they win?
We just won second.
that's
Thank
what
you
I
for
heard.
reminding me.
I'm here
Yes,
for you.
our first competition, we won second, and then we won two overall things. I can't remember what they are. I apologize for that.
Say,
one,
wait,
but-
you're not in the band.
No, but we are. I am
We are
part of the
Pequannock.
#1
Yes.
pit crew. Pequannock, did you know that the Pequannock pit crew actually won an award, the #1 pit crew in our division?
awesome.
It is
not about
awesome.
you.
I haven't seen them this year, but I know I've seen them in years past when they're loading that
Other
stuff
pit
up
crews
and
have
they're
never
moving up.
won it. Other pit crews that have been in the past have never been good enough to win #1.
Oh,
But we
Mr.
did.
Vassilenko, if you
There you
have a
go.
big L.
He won his own trophy.
He won his own trophy. Yeah, he was also on the nominating committee and the voting committee, wasn't he?
Well,
I
you
knew
know,
it.
you have to. I was going to talk about the Eagle Scout projects, but I'm not going to bring it up. But let's help Dominic and Riley do it. Ryan, do what they got to do, and that's all I have.
All right, thank you. We got Councilman Cole.
And just so you know, Ryan, they won overall best visual and overall best effect.
There you go.
Yeah.
I kind of thought they were kind of the same thing, right? Visual and effect.
Yeah, yeah, second place overall, then they won first for best visual.
But wait till you see them this weekend. It's going to be out of this
I'm
world.
hoping you make it. I have to work, but
All right, so TBSA met on 9/14. They submitted their 2023 budget to Mr. Brewer and all of the towns that are involved. The 9/11 Unico event was a week late, but was still a nice event. Planning board meeting on 9/11 9/19 got canceled. The DPW pig roast was a fun event to attend, and happy Rosh Hashanah to everyone that's celebrating that, and I will be away as of this Saturday. Won't be back until the following Saturday, so I'll miss the band. But best of luck to the band.
Thank you. Councilwoman Russell.
None of my committees met, well, library met, but I had a Morris County event, Melissa and I attended, where we got to learn a lot about Pequannock Arsenal, and what they're doing is amazing, and sending stuff to Ukraine, getting their stuff ready. The guy who was the head guy, how many star general adjunct, he was young, and I was just listening to him, and it was a really, really good presentation by Pequannock Arsenal. So that was interesting. I was also sworn in as a Rotarian last week. So I'm proud to be a Rotarian along with
Congratulations.
John and Melissa, so that was interesting. Other than that, everybody else already mentioned all the different Oktoberfests and everything, and that's all I have.
Great. All right, thank you. I'll try not to be too repetitive. Most of the stuff was talked about, but I did want to thank the Pequannock Unico for organizing that beautiful 9/11 ceremony, and for everyone that participated. You know, it takes a village to make it happen. American Legion, the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, our DPW staff, the first responders, our police department, our fire department, and the first aid squad. They all came together and made it happen, and as Dave said, even though it was a week late, it's an important event for us to honor those that we lost and to never forget. So that's it on that. Don't forget to mark your calendars for the hoedown on Saturday, October 15th, with a rain date of the 16th. Ryan already mentioned the marching band. This is their 30th competition. And I was a proud competitor back in the day at Pequannock High, and I'm so disappointed that I can't go on Saturday because my niece is getting married and I'll be in Pennsylvania, so I had to decline the invitation that came. But if any of you can go, please go. It's phenomenal to watch them perform. And then we already talked about the cornhole tournament. There's still time to sign up for that with Pequannock Engine Company 2. I don't know if you mentioned the fish and chips dinner. They're having a fish and chips dinner too, aren't they?
Oh, yes, they are.
I don't know the date of that, but if you can pull that up, you can let people know. The Suburban Women's Club is holding their Tricky Tray on October 20th, and tickets are $65, and it includes dinner, and they're still selling tickets, so anybody that wants to go find either myself or somebody from the Women's Club to get your tickets.
Thursday, October 20th is the fish and chip dinner at Company 2 in Pequannock. Tickets are $20 a person, takeout only.
Yeah, they're just doing...
And you can get chicken fingers, too.
Yes, you can get chicken tenders also available.
Yeah. Thank you for pulling that up. I forgot to write that one down, but I knew it was happening. We talked about all the other events. The Economic Development Committee, they are meeting here tomorrow night in this room. Peter will be there. And I got 2 calls for grand openings, if you want to mark your calendars. The Grimes family from town, they'd like to hold a grand opening for the business called Just a Little Something, right there on the Turnpike in Pompton Plains. They're looking, it's not firmed up yet, but they're trying to do it on October 16th, which is the same day, I told him this already, it's the same day that there's going to be a grand opening at Polished Pets in Newark on the Turnpike in Pequannock.
Okay, so
we're
Polished
thinking-
Pets is definite.
Polished Pets is at 12, and then the other one we're hoping is either going to be right before or right after. So we'll send an email out. He's trying to firm that up with Louise
Yeah,
now.
let's wait and find out till we
But
got
the
it
12
definite.
o'clock one on the 16th is a definite. And you might have saw on Facebook Shred Day. We have another Shred Day coming on October 22nd at PV Park. So I have lots of boxes to bring down, so.
And the Legion is doing a classic car show on October 16th at PV Park.
Great.
John, that's...
So we have a lot of
Wow. My alley.
activities.
When is the cornhole tournament, Dave?
Which one do I bring?
Hold on here, I'll tell you right now.
I got it here.
I have it here too somewhere. If I can read these glasses.
Cornhole.
Saturday, October 8th.
You got it?
Rain date is the 9th. First throw at 12 p.m., registration at 11 at PV Park.
You can even buy a ticket to be a spectator.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a spectator, you get food and drinks or whatever.
Fun.
All right, great.
I like watching a good.
All right, next on the agenda is public comment. If anyone wishes to address the council? No? Everybody's good? All right, so let's move along. There are no minutes presented for approval this evening, and there's no items listed for closed discussion, so if there's
Motion
no
closed.
further...
Second.
Make that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 7:34.